Be muted for a little bit.
Okay.
Wow. We get to interview Darryl. For everybody who doesn't know Darryl or don't know Darryl yet, Darryl is my mentor. He's also part of the same company we're in the same company together. And he's taught me basically everything that I know about commercial real estate. And today we get to learn straight from the man himself, Darryl Murphy Sr. Thank you so much for being here, making time for this. We we greatly appreciate you being here. Could you tell us a little bit about your humble beginnings and how you got started in commercial real estate, please? And we'll take it.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me and everything. And listen, I'm not your mentor. We work together, right? We work together. So, but just a little bit about me. I started in the commercial realm, say about 6 years ago. I've been investing for a long time, but in the commercial realm, about 6 years ago, I currently have under my belt 318 units, and I have the commercial multifamily Masterminds that meets every Tuesday at 11, and we have a team, right? And I'm also a mentor, or I have a mentorship program. But I've been doing real estate now in the commercial realm for about 6 years now. 6 years now.
Super cool. How did you get from? So I know more about your backstory than most people here on here today. But could you tell us a little bit about how you got your start in real estate? All in all, like what was your first steps that you took, and when was that, and how did you learn from that and escalate later? I can ask follow-up questions,
Right.
but we would
Well,
like to know the background.
yeah. Well, I got started in real estate back in the 90s. That goes back to Carlton Sheets. Some people may not know about Carlton Sheets, but that goes back to Carlton Sheets. So I got started back in the 90s. Purchased my first property. I think it was in 1991. Boy, I made a lot of mistakes in the process, but I didn't want to do fix and flip. That just did not. It wasn't too appealing to me, so I didn't want to do it. But I bought my first property in Chester, Pennsylvania, and from there, I was I'm going to say a credit partner, because I was lending out my credit to other investors, and then I saw how I could really scale up, and I started lending out my credit to people who wanted to purchase their homes, and I would play a role in that. And from there, I think I had properties in different states, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, and stuff like that. But after a while, I had to take a hiatus because I got sick with kidney disease. And when I decided to come back into real estate, I got my license in the state of New Jersey and became a realtor. I did residential for 2 years, but during that second year, I was really educating myself, and plus I had at that time during my second year, I had a multifamily, a duplex in Brooklyn, New York, and from there, I saw the greater picture. I saw the bigger light. Seriously, I just left after that. I just left residential real estate and jumped into the commercial side. So, and from there, I just took off, going to seminars, educating myself, learning how to underwrite, reading different books and stuff like that.
That's a. I mean, you have more experience than most people that are coming into this know, and you also have a background of residential. What would you say are the main couple of reasons that you went the commercial real estate route instead of sticking to residential, which you already had learned a lot of lessons from?
Right.
What made you decide to go commercial full time, or mainly focused on full time?
What made me decide that was one day I had a mentor, and he was discussing he was we were discussing scaling up, but only thing, we were on the residential side. So he was training me to be a teacher and to teach what he was to teach about scaling up in residential, working with investors, stuff like that. At the same time, I was also learning about commercial. And I noticed when on this particular day, he wanted me to teach the class, these agents, right? And it was we were talking about scaling up. But I noticed that when we got to 4, we would only mention about commercial. We wouldn't go any further. We would just mention. And that's when it hit me. I said, wait a minute. I said, I'm on the wrong side of the fence. I said, I said, I got to jump the fence. And that's when I said, yeah, I left residential. I went commercial. And that's where I've been ever since.
That's a great. How did you know that? Okay, wait, you're stopping my growth. How did you realize that there was something else? How did you hear about commercial or going more than 4 units? What inspired you for going bigger and acquiring? I mean, 300 units right now. That's over 300. That's a lot of units coming from residential. So how did you get inspired with that?
Because as I was up there trying to explain to the agents about scaling up and from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, it's like it was like why not go further? And I was taking a commercial course through my company, my real estate company.
What company is that? And feel
Keller
free to mention.
Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keller Williams, right? And I was taking a commercial course. And when you start looking at how you evaluate the buildings, I was like, wait a minute. I said, I said, wait, no. I said, no. I said, I'm going commercial. I said, this is it right here. I saw the bigger picture. Yeah, you could scale up and everything, but I saw the bigger picture. I saw that there was a big light at the end of that tunnel that said, you need to come down this path right here. You don't need to go the residential path. When I got that clear understanding between the two, residential and commercial, that was it. I was done. That was it.
How would you say the course with Keller Williams when you were underwriting? When was that? And would you suggest other? There are a lot of agents that sometimes watch our videos or come live on our Capital Races Club. So, what would you say to those that are considering, hey, I've been in the residential space, maybe this is too scary and whatnot? What would your message be to them?
Well, if you're a residential agent and if you're dealing with commercial product, I'm going to say I believe that you need, if you want to do commercial, then you need to come into commercial. Okay. As a residential agent, there are certain things we don't have access to. We don't have access to CoStar. We don't have access to, say, Yardi, or we may have access to certain things that you need to deal with commercial product. Now, I'm an agent. I've been a residential agent. I know that we could, once you get your license in real estate in the state of New Jersey, you don't have to go into the commercial division. You can stay residential and you could dabble in commercial. But I'm going to tell you this. If you don't know what you're doing, you're putting your company at a risk to be sued. I will tell you that. Because I already know that you don't have the tools to run a commercial, to do a commercial product, to evaluate it. We don't evaluate commercial multifamily the way you evaluate a residential 4-unit. It doesn't happen. It's not the same. Once you cross into commercial, it's totally different. So all I'm going to say about that, I know each state is different, but I am going to say you need to talk. If you're a residential agent and you're dealing with commercial products and you don't have the tools necessary, and again, you don't have the tools and you're not educated towards that, you're opening up a can of worms that could come back and bite you.
What would you say are the best steps that an aspiring commercial real estate broker or an aspiring commercial real estate investor, either active or passive, what are the first steps that you would say, hey, start here? These are the most essential things to focus on right now and go from there. How would you say those steps are?
So as a person, okay, so as an investor on the passive or the active side, right? All right. So if you're going to, first of all, let me see. If you're going to get into the investing field, period, educate yourself to what within that commercial field you want. Commercial is big. Whether if it's commercial multifamily, whether if it's industrial, retail, learn it. Learn how to underwrite those particular products. Because when you're investing your money into those particular products, you need to be able to know what's a good deal for you and what's not. See, once you study and learn how to underwrite, you can build your criteria as to what it is that you are expecting in return. Because if you don't know what you're expecting in return, then where are you going? You're going down a rabbit hole. So I believe now, and it's okay if someone have a different opinion. It's all right. But I believe learn your product of what you want to invest in. Learn how to underwrite it. Because when they start throwing out all these numbers, IRR, EM or EMX and DSCR, if you don't know what they're talking about, you're going to be lost in the wind somewhere. So just learn it, then build your criteria as for what you want, what is that you are expecting, and and then take it from there and invest.
Yeah. Hey, where would you say today, right now? I remember we just came from a meeting of yours. Feel free to plug it because you've taught not just me, but countless others the first steps, even further now your mentorship. So feel free to share that because in my journey in commercial real estate, you're essential, not just as a friend, but
Thank you.
you're essential. So feel free to share that because a lot of our listeners they may be looking for videos on YouTube. Maybe they get discouraged by the 50K courses and whatnot. I would like to shine a light on what you've been doing, what you're a part of, and how you've been helping investors.
Right. Well, let me. I run the commercial multifamily masterminds. It's a meeting that's held every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The purpose of this mastermind meeting is so that one, you're learning. What is it that you're learning? Well, you're learning how to underwrite. You're learning how to raise capital. You're learning how to, you're learning how to raise capital. You're also associating with other investors that's getting to know you. You're getting to know them. So you're building a relationship. But the purpose of this mastermind is that, because I believe deep in my heart that I don't have to compete with you. I believe that we could work together. So in my mastermind, that's what it's about. Today, I brought an investment property, the underwrite, and we discussed the underwrite. So that investors, I want them to pick this. I want them to pick at it and ask questions about this, that, and the other. And through the mastermind, you get to learn about underwriting, what to look for, how to do it. Because the investors are going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you questions about your deal. All right. So I'm going to say, please, if you like to come to the commercial, matter of fact, I'm going to say this. I would encourage you to come to the commercial multifamily mastermind. Talk to Samson, because in order to get in, you have to be referred. All right. If you're not referred, you can't get in. So so you're going to need a referral. Or if you reach out to me, I'm on LinkedIn, Darryl Murphy Sr. You could reach out to me. Let's sit down and just have a face-to-face. And believe me, I'll invite you to the commercial multifamily mastermind. But I always tell people, come one time. Just come once and see if it's something that fits you. If it doesn't, that's fine. But if it does, I know you'll come back and you'll tell your friend.
That's beautiful. Right now, if you're looking at the screen, maybe we can chop that link up a little bit. But Darryl Murphy Sr., managing partner, commercial multifamily masterminds. You can reach him at Darryl at murphybainyardgroup.com.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn, that's the link. But for those that are watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, just reach out to Darryl on LinkedIn, Darryl on his email, and we're gonna bring up audience questions when we have them. Feel free at any point during the live interview. Feel free to participate, interact. We're talking about commercial real estate here. It's Capital Raisers Club, and I would like to go more into capital raising aspect of it. When would you say, Darryl, that it's important to start raising? Let's say now you have the education, you're hanging with the right people, you're networking through your mastermind, through other masterminds and other groups. Maybe this Capital Raisers Club too.
Right.
Now, when do I start raising? When is that a topic that even comes up in the whole commercial real estate realm? When is that important to focus on?
First, let me just say thank you, Alicia, for posting that information, because I didn't know how to do it. This is my first time here, so I didn't know how to post it. So thank you, Alicia, for that.
First but not last, I hope.
Exactly, right? I'm gonna tell you something. You know that saying, don't, just get the deal. Just get the deal. Don't worry about the money. Just get the deal. The money will come. Let me tell you something. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. You can have the deal, but if people don't know you, they're not going to invest. Matter of fact, we were talking about this today on the commercial multifamily mastermind meeting. Know, like, and trust. Those are the three things. Know, like, and trust. You can have the best deal in the world, but if people don't know you, that means they don't like you, and they sure enough don't trust you. They ain't giving you no money. So now, when should you start raising capital? You should start raising capital when you start looking at deals. You should start building a relationship with people immediately. I didn't know it, but I was raising capital when I got my first deal. Because what I would do, and this was before COVID, I would go to the RIA meetings And I was sitting at the table. You had a real meal. You're sitting at this big round table, and I was always the one that would initiate the conversation. People just sitting there looking at each other. I'm like, what are we sitting here for? So I would initiate. What do you do? What are you here for? What do you do? So then somebody at that table is gonna say, well, what do you do? And that was my opportunity. I'm into commercial multifamily. I'm an investor, and I would bring up my first deal, and they would look at me like I was crazy. 208 units, blah 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 blah. Where is it located? By the time that when that meeting ended, somebody was approaching me, one or two people, and I would get the information and put it into my database. Now I'm gonna tell you something. At that time, I didn't have a CRM. I just had an email full of people that were investors. And so when should you start raising capital? Immediately. You should start talking. In other words, start talking about what you do. As I tell my team members all the time, run your mouth. Run your mouth. Every time you're sitting down, so you should be running your mouth and telling people what you do. Okay? Grab the information, put it into your database. All right? So when you do get the opportunity, that property, now you could go back. You got something you could go back to raise the money. Okay? So if you're shy, then you may need to team up with Samson, because Samson runs his mouth. And I told Samson, run your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right? So I think I'm
you gotta run your mouth.
Yep.
But you gotta start immediately. If you're getting into real estate, do it immediately. Start telling people what you do. So when you get that investment opportunity, you will have something. You could go to them and say, listen, this is what I have. Here it is. All right. So start immediately. Don't wait until you get the deal, then try to raise money. Nobody know you, they're not gonna give you no money.
I really like that. That's a phenomenal answer. Also, the know, like, and trust that you cover. It's the ABCs of raising capital. And how would you say, for somebody who is, we have a lot of questions in the audience from time to time that are saying that, hey, I'm introvert. Hey, I don't like talking with people. I don't like people, whatever. What would you say to somebody who is not, maybe it's not natural for them? What would be an easy first step to just initiate that not the raise itself, but just those relationships to build the know, like, and trust factor?
Right. Well, there's several things you could do. Right. Listen, in this industry, you're not doing this by yourself. Well, you may be doing it by yourself because your pockets are that deep, right? So you may not, you could just go out there and just buy it all. But if your pockets aren't that deep and you really just don't want to get out there, then you need to team up with someone. You need to really team up with someone who doesn't mind running their mouth and helping you raise capital. Okay, since you're an introvert. Now, I know people that say they're introverts, but they talk. But what they do, they push themselves to do it. Something is stopping you. Something, you say you're introvert, but there's a reason. You're just not an introvert just because, oh man, I'm just going to be an introvert today. No, something happened or something somewhere made you shy where I don't want to talk about it. You're afraid? Are you afraid just that you're going to say the wrong thing? Don't be afraid that you're going to say the wrong thing. You got to step out there and just start with one person. I was an introvert. I think I was anyway. Now, and I'm going to tell you why. When I got my license as a real estate agent, the one thing I had to do, I had to start bringing business my way. So in KW, the one thing I did was door knock. I used to door knock, right? So I would practice door knocking. Now, this is where I had to really push myself to get into the face of people. So what I would do, I would go to the supermarket and I would stand on the deli line and I would look around and I would order 3 slices of turkey ham, 1 slice of cheese. When I did that, you see how Samson just started laughing? Somebody that was there would start laughing, and that would break the ice for me to where I would then start talking with people.
It's a great story, and
Serious.
also it's a great way of just breaking free from the belief that, hey, you're not gonna like me, whatever, but you like the joke at least. So
Yep.
yeah,
And that's what I did. I did that. That's how I started talking with people, and then I just, after a while, man, I was like, I just got in my mind. I was saying, what are you afraid of? I would ask myself, okay, so what are you afraid of? That they're gonna say something to you, like, you know. After a while, I just started talking to people. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
That's great. I'm putting in charging. So for everybody who's watching this, maybe on replay later, when you come to the next one, feel free to put in questions and we will cover them while we're live. For those that are here live, I'd like to invite you to ask those questions now, seeing as, I mean, we can talk here about all the different aspects of commercial real estate and also investing. And I still have a lot of questions for you, Darryl.
Sure.
But it would be awesome to see more interaction from the audience. So on LinkedIn we have at least 10 here. That's beautiful. I'm very very grateful for that. Now we're back on camera.
So Samson, how can I see the people on LinkedIn? I can't see them.
No, not right now. We're here
okay.
on. Oh, what happened to this one? That's interesting. Okay, that's different. I'm gonna see what I can do. Still. See if it work better.
Oh,
now.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
All right, now we're back. I had to put in charging. I'm here at a hotel and ran out of power. Darryl, so the first interaction, it's a fun one. How do you keep following up? How do you, you said that you have a CRM right now, you didn't have it in the beginning. What would be some steps that you would say are definitely something that you would, if you could go back, this is what you would focus on? Like, what are those steps that you would say to your younger self about building those relationships when it comes to capital raising or commercial real estate in general?
Well, when it comes to capital raising, the one thing I am going to say is get a CRM, because on my first raise, the first raise, I had, I think I had well over 500 investors in my email. So when on my first raise, me not knowing any better, did not have a CRM, I'm sending out emails trying to inform all my investors, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. I did over 500 times, copy, paste, copy, paste. Man, when I got done that night, because it took me just that long, copy, paste, copy, paste. I said, I'm getting a CRM. I got to get it. And I went and got a CRM that right after I was done.
Yeah.
So I will say, now, if you have like 10 or 20 investors, no, that's not a lot. So you could probably shoot out individual emails. But when you have a lot of, man, you're going to be copy pasting like me. And I don't think you want to do that. Get your CRM, see, and there are a lot of CRMs out there. Don't just automatically jump on the ones that has such a big name. I'm going to tell you right now, you got some very good CRMs out there that you could customize your way. All right. So don't just go out there and buy. I won't call no names out because I don't want nobody telling me something. But please shop around. That's what I'm going to tell you. Shop around. You got some very good, very, very good CRMs out there. $59 a month. And boom, Seriously, you could design it the way you want, customize it to who gets what. You know, I have mine broken down in so many categories. I have active, passive, accredited, non-accredited. So I can send emails to active if I don't want accredited if I don't want the non-accredited. So I can send emails to who I want, however I want. For me, I don't, for right now, I don't see a downfall to where I may need to acquire something else. So please look at getting your CRM. You're starting to raise capital. And as you talk to people, your database is going to grow before you realize you're going to have 500 some investors. You're not going to do a copy paste. Believe me, it's going to pay you off.
You mentioned two things that were accredited investors, and then you also said, I'm not sure if you said sophisticated, but let's just cover that real quick. What is an accredited investor? How do you become one? How do you know if you're one?
Well, so an accredited investor, and I'm not going to go into deep details, but an accredited investor is someone that, if I'm, let me get this here so I don't look like a fool, but I think it's 200,000. If you're making 200,000 or greater, 200,000 as an individual, 300,000 as a couple, if you show that you have done it, I do believe this year and next year that you're going to hit those same marks, that could put you in a credit investor status, not including, and your net worth has to be over a certain amount, not including your primary residence. And if someone is listening, fill in the blanks for me. But that's an accredited investor. I am a non-accredited investor. I'm non-accredited. I don't make 200,000 a year yet. All right. But and my wife and I together don't make 300,000 yet. but so I'm a non-accredited investor. In reference in that aspect when it comes to that. And also I don't have the net worth and the liquidity. My net worth is increasing, but I'm not at the point where the SEC looks at me as a accredited investor. And you can also go to the SEC. I do believe it's sec.gov on their website, the Securities and Exchange Commission website, to get a better detail of accredited versus non-accredited.
Thank you, Darryl. I'm gonna link it here, and for those on YouTube, you can see it. Unfortunately, for the ones on LinkedIn, you can't see this one yet. I'm gonna put it in the show notes. Also, you were mentioning a CRM earlier that you're very happy with. You also suggested shopping around a little bit. We're gonna link that in the show notes after. You said in the beginning, you said a book or several books start with education. Let's go to books. People love books. What books are the ones that you focus on? First day of investing. Hey, this is a new investor. It doesn't matter if they're active or passive. This is the first one you have to read.
Right.
Which one would you recommend?
I would definitely recommend a book by R. Craig Coppola. It's how to win in commercial multifamily. That book is an excellent book. Can you still see me? Okay.
I can see you.
All right. That book is an excellent book. It's very instructional. There is another book that I started out with. However, it's out of print, so I should not have even mentioned it, but it's out of print. But R. Craig Coppola, How to Win, I think it's How to Win in Commercial Multifamily. It is a great book by him, and he is a broker with one of the major firms. It's very instructional, gives you guidance on what to do, how you should look at commercial multifamily, and he also gives like examples of documents in his book that you could either print out or to take with you when you go into these locations. So yeah, I would definitely say that book right there would definitely be one that I would say check it out if you're trying to learn about commercial multifamily.
Thank you. How about when you're reading books, you're going to these meetups? When do you, when would you say that, hey, now it's time for taking small steps, get into a deal, passively or actively, but just get into a deal? When would you say, because you, when would you say that is the right step to gain more real life experience of commercial real estate? When, because a lot of new investors, I've noticed when I'm talking with new investors and building those relationships, they say, I'm not accredited. I can't put in 250, 500,000, 50,000, whatever. I can't put down the minimum. But when can you take those small steps? Are there deals out there that allow for smaller investment amounts in the beginning too, so that you can just pick up that experience as you go and learn?
So when when should you? So I think the question is when should you take the step to invest, right?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so when should you take the step to invest? When you have built your criteria, and when you have, in other words, when you have something to go by. All right, what is it that you're looking for? All right, don't sit on the sidelines forever. Now, get the education, get what you need, and then put it to work. All right, get the education, put it to need, and so forth. But so once you can build your criteria for what you're looking for, what do I mean? What do I mean when I say a criteria? What am I looking for? What kind of returns are you looking for? That's what I'm talking about. So let me give you an example. I look for 15% or greater IRR. I look for a 1.8 or greater on the equity multiple. I look for 8% cash on cash or greater. So I have a criteria that I go by, that I look for. All right. If you're invited to be on a deal, one, look, whoever, if they're inviting you to be on a deal, ask them for the underwrite the deal, and see if it meets your criteria. Does it meet the returns you expect? Now, criteria is a word that could be used in several ways. One, I'm going to say criteria for your personal self. What kind of returns are you looking for? Two, criteria. What kind of market are you looking for? So what is your criteria for wherever they're investing? Okay. Is the population growing? Is the median household income growing? Okay? So build for yourself a guide. Follow the guide that you have built for yourself. And then get to know the people that you are giving your money to, right? Make an appointment to see them. Talk to them. Not just once, twice, 3 times even, right? You want to get to know them, all right? Ask questions. How long they been doing this? Ask them about the markets. There's a lot that before you start dishing up $50,000 and $100,000 that you want to need, that you really do need to know. All right, so that's what I would say about that.
That's excellent. It's at least that should get you a good start when you're starting to invest in commercial real estate. Um, hmm. I'm gonna pitch one more time, or I'm gonna shortly say one more time that, hey, for anybody who's watching this live right now, feel free to share the questions or um, interact with the live. We are live. This is not a recording. Um, that's not a background. That is back real life. And
Yes, matter of fact, where are you?
I'm in paradise, brother.
I believe that.
It's good. We're in Mexico right now. We've been here for a little bit, but this episode is about you, Darryl. So let's go back to that. Uh, Let me ask you a more maybe a philosophical question. Uh, when you're looking for a deal, when you're adding value to the deals, you said that you look for something that you can add value to. I believe you said that earlier. Maybe it was a previous conversation. Why is that important to you? To add value to a property, to add value to the community, and all that. What is the purpose of buying a property? The whole purpose of a commercial real estate deal. Like, what is the let's go to the core. We still have 20 minutes, so I would like to go a little bit deeper if that's okay with you. What are you doing for these properties that you're acquiring, and how do the tenants? Let's go deeper later. But what is the purpose?
Okay, so what I would like to say is this: my criteria, all the deals I look at, all the properties. I hate saying deals. All the properties that I look at doesn't have to be a value add. All right. Again, and if people are watching, I know you're probably getting tired of hearing this word criteria. You're going to get tired of hearing me say that word criteria. What is it that you want? What is it that you're looking for? That's what I'm going to say. What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking to build legacy wealth? Are you looking for some short term? What is it that you're trying to structure? I have a criteria for my family. My criteria for my family is not the same criteria for as I'm gonna say a value add play or a fix and flip, because that's basically what you're doing, right? You're buying a property that's in distress, that's been poorly managed. They are below rents. The inside needs renovation because it looks old and it looks outdated. So you go in, you get it at a good price. You go in, you renovate the units to give the people, a decent place to live. Improve the quality of life for them. Value add play, right? So you go in and you make the changes. You paint the buildings, and you put in new windows, and you increase, you bump the rents up, right? And it's an older building, let's say 1960. So you're going to do a 3 to 5 year hold. Cool. So that's a value add play. You're going to do a 3 to 5 year hold. After 3 years, you may either sell it, or you may either sell the property, or you may refi, hold for 2 more years, then exit out. Okay. So if that's what your games play is, that's what your strategy is, then yeah, you're going to do a value add play. So everything that you're going to look for, if it's not a value add play, you're not going to want it. But then you have people that's also like me, that wants to build a legacy for his family. So you may not look at a 65 building for that. You may look at an 80, 81, 80 or newer. Okay, let's say 80 or newer, right? That, and let's say that those particular assets may not need all of that, or all that big renovation. Just go in. You may need to go and put some new stoves, refrigerator. You may need to do a little something, but it's not a major something, right? You got cash flow from you're going to hear this term. You're going to get cash flow day one. Okay. So because it's 100% occupied, it's already cash flowing. All you're doing is going in just to touch up, put a little spit and polish on it and keep it flowing, right? Take advantage of the appreciation, okay? And so forth. You can hold for a long term. Now, and my strategy is, in that case, I don't have any grandkids yet, but when I do get that first grandkid, I want that first grandkid to have 100 plus units. 100 plus units. that my first building, my building that's 100% units will go to that first grandkid. In other words, it will be assigned. I will still be running it. I will still be making sure the maintenance and all that. But once that child get 18, that building will go to that child. They will have the rights to either sell it if they want, go to whatever college they want, or they could just hold it, live off the income, or refi, buy another one. Okay. So for now, my team and I, we're looking at so we're looking at right now some older buildings, because I'm looking at a property right now. It's an older building. And my goal is to go in, rehab some of the units, fix the outside, get it all pretty for the community, to give people a good quality of life, and so that they have something else to appreciate, right? So, but that's going to be a short-term thing. Now, short-term, 3 to 5 years, boom, we out. Exit, boom, I'm done. We out. But things could change. So right now I'm saying 3 to 5. My plan is written as 3 to 5 and out. But suppose things get good, you can hold it for another 5 if you want. It's up to you. But put your plan together and go by your plan. All right. What is it that you want? If you're an older guy like me, you may not want to do all that 3 to 5. You may want to say, yo, let me try to get what I need to get for my family. All right. So if you're young, like, Samson's young, he could do 3 to 5s, but after a while, I'm gonna tell you right now, after a while, Samson's not going to want to do 3 to 5s no more. He's going to want he's going to want cash flow coming in where he can just stay wherever he is and travel the world. That's it. Eventually it's going to happen.
That sounds like a dream come true.
And it's going to come true.
Yeah, we have a question here from Alicia Milton on LinkedIn. She asked a question that she gets a lot is, what do you use? Oh, wait, I'm going to pull it up here so everybody could read it. A question I get a lot is, what do you use to underwrite your property? And do you have to underwrite each one? What would be your answer to that, Darryl?
Okay. So I'm assuming when she said, do you have to underwrite each one? I'm assuming that she's talking about like a portfolio. I think that's what she's talking about, a portfolio. So what do I use to underwrite? I use Spencer Burton model, the value add. It's an excellent model. You could customize it. You could really go deep into that model to really pinpoint your numbers. So I love using the Spencer Burton value add model. And do you have to underwrite each one? Do you? Well, I don't think you mean a portfolio. Do I have to underwrite each one? Yeah. Well, for me, yes, I have to underwrite each one. Each property that is sent to me, yeah, I have to underwrite each one. I do have a portfolio right now. There is a portfolio of 6 properties that's in Texas, but 2 of my team members are underwriting or assisting me in underwriting. It's 6 properties. Each one of us got 2 each. We underwriting them and so forth. So yeah, that's what. But yeah, when it's like 1 property or 2, I could underwrite that myself. If I get 6 to 8, I gotta call in the cavalry. I call in my team. Then I need your help.
That's a great way of also the importance of having a great team, having a great collaborators with you when you are in this business. It's name of the game is networking. Name of the game is also raising capital and closing deals, but it's relationships. So, um, hmm. Let's ask some random questions. Where do you see yourself? Let's say 10 years from now, or in the future, 5, 10 years from now. Because when we come back
You know
in
something? 10 years from
5 years, it's
now,
gonna be fun when we.
you know something? 10 years from now, I want to be living in another country.
Beautiful, cool.
That's what 10 years from now, I want to be living in another country. And I am looking. I follow Andrew Henderson. I do believe his name is Andrew Henderson from the Nomad Capitalist. I have been following him and listening to his YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah, I think after a while, I want to live somewhere else, and in another country.
Super cool. I've I've lived in lots of places, and I can tell you it's fun. We have another question from Alicia Milton. What type of team structure do you recommend? Do you have a certain professionals a part of your team, accountants, attorneys, etc.?
You know something, Alicia? See, Alicia thinks she's slick. I'm gonna be honest. When I first created the team, I wasn't looking at the second occupation. When I say second occupation, that is, what does that investor do for a living? Secondly, it's like first it may be investing, then second it may be accountant, lawyer, broker, stuff like that, right? To be honest, I wasn't looking for that. What I wanted, the type of team that I wanted was, I wanted people to live. I wanted people on my team that lived in the market that they lived in. Well, that I was looking in, but they lived there. So my market is Houston, San Antonio, El Paso, and I do believe that's how Samson, he was in, I think, San Antonio when I met Samson.
Yes, sir.
So, and Alicia lives in Phoenix, Arizona. So those are hot markets. Since I'm not there, I wanted people who lived there to be a part of my team. So, and the way I have it structured was that once I have that one person that live in that city, part of my team, no one else from that city could come in too, because I don't want them button heads, right? So Alicia's in Phoenix, Samson was in San Antonio, so there was no one else that could be. I didn't want no one else on the team from San Antonio. That was Samson's area. His job is, and his responsibility is to know that market inside and out, because that's where he is. Alicia market is to know Phoenix, Arizona, so forth. But it wasn't until later that with those people that lived there came a second position, which was beneficial. So Alicia being a broker in Phoenix, Arizona. Samson not only was into commercial, but he was also into taxes, tax liens, and I think notes and several things. So I started learning that there was other things. I have a person on my team that covers the Virginia area. But guess what? She's also an attorney, right? So my original plan, and I still want to keep to that plan, to be honest with you, I really do. I really want people to stay in the markets, because if you know that market inside and out, you will see things before anyone else. What changes are coming? You will be able to tell me, Darryl, these changes are coming to the market. I'm looking at it. I'm here. I'm living this thing every single day. Because I'm in the state of New Jersey, and I don't invest in the state of New Jersey. I invest in Texas. I invest in Arizona. I invest in other places. So that's what I was building. That right there.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. We have Alicia Milton saying, "I follow the homeowner's journey." Ah, thank you, Alicia. That's awesome.
I do too. Wait a minute.
That's-
Wait a minute. I do too. Put me in there.
yeah, I have in my name here, samsonholmeros.com. So if you go to holmeros.com, you can join that. It's a small little community. We're not nomad capitalists yet. I'm saying yet because it's inevitable. So thank you for following that journey. Um, Daryl, I would like to, before we close out, you mentioned earlier that you do have a mentor program. So please, who do you who do you say is okay? You're ready for mentorship within commercial real estate. Who is the uh, perfect candidate for that?
It's open to anyone.
Okay,
Anyone. It's open to anyone that's looking for what anyone that's looking for that one-on-one, someone that you could reach out to that also wants to learn about underwriting, because that's what I love to do. Um, who was it that called me? I think it was it you, Samson, that said that I was a underwriting geek or something like that.
not. I would never say geek. I would.
Well, no, listen, I'm gonna tell you
Nah,
something.
you're a genius when it comes to underwriting, and
No,
it is your
but you know
genius.
something,
But
I am a geek. I'm an underwriting geek because I love the numbers. I love underwriting, but and I really do. But
yeah,
I will tell you this right here: if you're going to be a part of my mentorship program, you're going to work. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're going to work
so it's more
because
for active investors. Would you
yeah,
say?
it's for anyone. New investors, seasoned investors, active, whatever. You're more than welcome, right? And no, I don't charge $50,000 or
Yet. I'm
100,000.
just
Or
kidding.
matter of fact, I don't charge 50,000. How they doing the commercial? You don't gotta pay 50,000. You don't gotta pay 40,000. Now I'm gonna keep right on going. All right, you ain't gotta pay that much money, man. But yeah, but the mentorship program is about helping you, getting you started. What is that you need to do to get your face out there? Listen to what I'm going to tell you because it's going to happen, but you're going to work. You're going to be making phone calls. You're going to be, you may be sending out letter campaigns. You're going to definitely be underwriting. You're going to go to work. All right. So I'm gonna say that, but yeah, you definitely have the one-on-one contact. We also meet once a month. We meet once a month as a group. Um, but during the week, if you need me, all you got to do is reach out to me, and I'm there for you to help you underwrite, to show you what to do, how you do it, and stuff like that. So yeah, so what's required? The only thing that I do require is we use the value add model from Spencer Burton. So yeah, you're going to be required to get that, and no, that doesn't cost you thousands of dollars. I think it's a donation that he asked for. And no, I don't get a cut of the donation either. So, but that's it. And if that's something that you think you may be interested in, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. That's what it's about.
That's beautiful. And
Oh, can I put a plug in for the GOB?
absolutely, please
We
do.
got to promote the GOB. Samson and I'm an affiliate. Samson, you a member? Are you a GOB or are you affiliate?
I'm a member.
Okay.
I
So
want to be an affiliate. That sounds fun.
okay. Well, I'm an affiliate of
Wait. That's not your email. Wait.
uh,
Disregard that.
um, I'm an affiliate of the GOB, and the philosophy of the GOB is the same. I'm going to say the same as the commercial multifamily masterminds. We work together as a one, provide information to help those that are in need, um, to help you get that deal across the finish line. So I will definitely say, talk if you want to. If you're looking at being a GOB member, talk to Samson. Of course, in order to be a member, you have to be referred to by a GOB member. So, and same thing for commercial multifamily masterminds. In order to get into my meetings, you have to be referred. So, yeah.
That that's excellent. I just put in here Darryl Murphy Sr., admin founder of Commercial Multifamily Masterminds. Uh, oh, is it okay? Your phone is right there right now. That's your work phone, right?
No, don't worry about it. Leave that number there.
People can reach you at 856-996-5380. And you can, yeah, text him, get to know Daryl more. And I mean, get to know each other, build those relationships. I met you. Um, it's soon been a year. It feels much longer
Yeah,
because we've been
I
through
thought
so
it
much.
was a year.
I'm not sure, but I think yeah, soon we're hitting a year. Um, wait, your email is not there, but I'm gonna add that.
And
Is
you know
there any
something?
closing remarks?
I just saw it says log in. Why didn't I log in?
I'm sorry, what?
I should have logged in, huh?
To what?
To the stream.
Oh, you didn't. Ah, no worries, no worries.
Oh,
You're
oh, Samson froze.
you're here right after this. What would you like to leave our audience with, Daryl?
Okay, so I would like to leave you with this. Don't let nothing stop you from achieving your desires. Whatever you want to do it. Make a plan and do it. So I'm gonna leave you with that right there. Don't put no limits on yourself, and whatever you want to do, whatever your dreams or whatever you desire, do it.
Thank you so much, Daryl. This was fantastic, and let's do one of these again. And for anybody who are not watching the video but listening to the audio, we put here in the chat Daryl at murphybaynardgroup.com. Easiest would be to go to LinkedIn, connect with Darryl Murphy Sr. You have the link in the text in the whichever platform you're watching this from, and this has been great. I'm
Thank
super
you.
super grateful for you, Daryl. You've been a I don't know. You've been a great friend, great mentor. I call you mentor in my mind, but anyways, because following your leadership has brought me so far, and I know you can bring other people even further or just as far. So it's a thank you so much, Vanessa. She's saying great interview, Samson. And
Hey,
yeah,
Teresa.
thank you everybody for interacting with this. And for those watching the replay, feel free to go to Capital Racers Club for more of these. You can get notified when we go live. We're gonna get better with that as we grow. But thank you so much for today, and have a great day. I'm gonna continue living life here in
Thank you,
paradise.
Samson.
Enjoy. Thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much.
have to get me a plane ticket to where you are.
I ran on the beach this morning, and I'm planning. Oh wait, I'm gonna take this in the back, behind the scenes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.